What's up, everyone? Adrian Morrison here. I am excited to have you on the webinar. You should all be able to see my screen right now. I hope. Internet here is a little bit janky. I'm out of town right now, so I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Everybody's piling in the webinar. So go ahead, just so my team can keep an eye on things. Type in a 1 if you could see my screen and hear me. Just go ahead and type in a 1. Just because the connection here looks like it's a little weak. Okay, cool. All right, so I want to welcome everybody here to the Profit Power Hour. Everybody is piling in. We'll be getting started here in a moment. I will not be able to share my webcam tonight because I am out of town and I'm on a very weak internet connection. While everybody's piling in the room, if you've been watching my Instagram today, you probably have seen that I'm in Florida. We bought a house in Alice Beach, and we are in the process of moving from my place in Destin to Alice Beach, and it is it's just a lot of work. Every time I move, I realize and remember how much I despise moving, but on the same token, super blessed and excited. Yeah, it's a tiring experience and hectic experience, but also amazing at the same time. So that's what we're doing this week. So if you keep an eye on my Instagram, you'll get to kind of, follow along and kind of watch the experience, and may even see some bantering with my wife and my brother, and we always like to mess with each other and everything. So I'm really excited about that, but it doesn't matter what's going on in the world, in my world or the world. I always have a fresh Profit Power Hour ready for you Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is what I've been doing since 2014, I think it is. And it's the reason that I believe so many of my students have had success is they get on these webinars every week, get new training, new motivation, and they have an action plan. So if you're just now joining us, I just want to hit the intro real fast. So this is our welcome screen. At the tip top, write this down, okay? Shopify.com/Adrian Morrison. If you do not have a Shopify store right now, make sure that you start a Shopify store and you do it through that URL above. Shopify.com/Adrian Morrison. That's my partner link with Shopify. It gives you a 14-day free trial. Of course, it tags you to me, and it's how Shopify holds me accountable and keeps an eye on my training and my students, right? So they can see that the training I'm putting out there is working. And if it wasn't working, then I would not be a Shopify partner. So it's important to me that you go through that Shopify partner link and start your store. On the right-hand side is our social media. Now, it seems like every week there's another social media platform, but I'm most active on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All right, so on YouTube, we release a free video every week that is super unique. So make sure that you subscribe to YouTube, follow me on Insta. On the left-hand side, we have our Shopify recommended tools. So these are different apps and softwares that you can add to your store and help automate things. And I won't harp on it, but it's if you get mad that that there are tools out there that can automate your business, well, I'm confused, because why the heck would you be mad that there's a tool out there that could help automate your business? And just like any business, there are tools. Chiropractors have tools, doctors have tools, construction workers have tools, right? Attorneys have tools, softwares that could find certain things for them in their research at a faster pace. So it's just a part of business, and tools are a good thing as long as you're getting the right tools that you need. So these are little like $15-ish apps that we highly recommend. developed by my company. So full transparency, I build my own stuff because I want it to work a certain way. And so that's a list of those tools. The bottom left are our fulfillment apps, and we'll be talking about some of these today. Number one is Pillow Profits. So you'll see them at the link there, amsecretlink.com/profits. Now, the reason that is AM Secret Link is because they are a private app. They're no longer available on the Shopify App Store. You know, Adam, the CEO, founder of the company, just said, you know, too many people were installing their app that had no clue and no training on what to do, and they didn't want to support those people, that they just want to take my students. And so, you know, y'all have a back door to get access to Pillow Profits, because no one else has this link, right? They've left it open for my students. So Pillow Profits is an amazing fulfillment app that does print on demand, but they have DHL and express shipping. So literally customers that buy your merch and your product can get it within 10 to 12 days. It's incredible. Shine On does customized jewelry, which could be hot coming up for the 4th of July, Independence Day sales. And then Zendrop, I'm now a advisor for their company and investor in their company. That's how much I believe in Zendrop. And I wrote them a really big check and invested in their company. And so it's the first company I've actually invested in that I usually just start my own companies. So Zendrop is a great automated way to bypass AliExpress and get ultra fast shipping and tons of other perks. So check them out. You can get a free account at profitph.com/Zendrop. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about what we are going to learn tonight. And again, if you're just joining us and you're wondering why the webcam isn't on, it's because I'm out of town and I'm on a very weak internet connection, and I'm worried if I turn my webcam on, it will pull from the stream and it might freeze it or something. So some weeks I just have to do no webcam if I'm traveling or something. Right now I am traveling. All right, so tonight, what I want to do is, in a nutshell, I want to show you the #1 product to sell during the summer. And I want to tell you exactly who to target. I'm even going to suggest to you a niche that I know very well, very, very well, and I've made a lot of money in. And I'm going to spill the tea on everything tonight. So that said, go to our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/profitph and tell everybody to get their butt on this webinar because it's in their best interest. And I'm going to be showing you the #1 product that I recommend selling. I'm going to show you examples of the product. I'm going to give you a niche that I know works, and then I'm going to tell you who to target. And I'm going to make it as easy as possible for you. Now, come on, nothing in life is guaranteed, but I can give you everything possible to give you the best shot at crushing it with this. Also, if you are new while we're doing that, and you're not in our Facebook group, just come over here to that link that's on the screen, facebook.com/group/profitph. Pop on in here and apply to be a free VIP member in the group. It is free. We have 18,500 amazing entrepreneurs in this group, and a lot of them are new. A lot of them are 6-figure, 7-figure. We got a couple of 8-figure entrepreneurs in here that started at 0, which is wild. So an amazing community, and this is where you would go and you would tell everybody to get their butt on the webinar before it maxes out. And also, if you're new, while everyone is doing that, make sure that you go watch our previous week's replays. You can do that by logging into Access Adrian, clicking under My Courses and Software, you'll see Profit Power Hour. You can click there and go to Webinar Replays, boom, 2021, and boom, last week. You can watch our training on this automated formula that will essentially ensure that you get sales on a day-to-day basis without using ads anymore. You always want to be using ads, but if you ever turn them off, this should generate sales for you. So it's really cool. And also do yourself a favor and hover over my profile photo there and just hit subscribe. When you subscribe, it's going to subscribe you to the YouTube channel. That way you get notifications of even any of my unlisted videos that I secretly put out there. So make sure that you sub to that YouTube channel. I'm about to hit 25,000 subscribers. So that's exciting. All right, so make sure that you go watch the replays. Listen, if you're new and this is your first webinar, again, I'm going to welcome you. Each week we do this webinar. I go over something new, or I might do like a 2 to 3 week series of stuff. And it doesn't really necessarily follow along with exactly what you're learning in my courses. It's more of a, hey, this is how I keep you up to date. This is what's on the cutting edge right now. And it plugs in to what you're learning in the courses, but it's more of a candid training each week. So moving along here, let's talk a little bit about what is this product that we are going to recommend you to sell? What is the niche? Who is the target market? And where do you get the product? And it's going to be pretty dang exciting. I've just sold a lot of this product, and I'm very confident in telling you that this is a hot product to sell. I'm just trying to get my notes up here. Maybe I can just go to a, okay. I'll get this set up, get the whiteboard up. Boom. Voila. All right. So I've got my whiteboard up. Everybody should be able to see my whiteboard. Just go ahead and type in a money sign if you can see it. Sweet. All right. So this is going to be, what is the hot product of the summer? What is something that is not a fad, not necessarily like a, fidget spinner, if you will, or a hoverboard, but a really simple product to sell that will build you an audience and that is evergreen and pretty much everybody wants. So listen, we're essentially, one of the things that I want you to pay very close attention to here is we're going to be talking a little bit about something that I always refer to and many other marketers refer to as seasonal marketing. All right, so write this down. Seasonal, what am I doing? How did I misspell that? Seasonal marketing, okay? So seasonal marketing. All right, now with seasonal marketing, you're able to sometimes take advantage and take evergreen products and really push them to the next level. So seasonal marketing, and what we're looking for right now are products that could hit pretty hard for the summer, right? So what could hit hard for the summer? All right, now summertime, we know, especially now that so many people are vaccinated, the world's kind of opening back up a little bit. What we're doing is we're looking for what is something that a lot of people are going to want and a lot of people are going to need. And so we know that during the summer, right, people are going to be going to the beach. Oops. They're going to be going to the beach. We know that they're going to be hanging out at the lake, right? We know that they're going to be hanging out at the pool, and they're going to be doing it in the sun, right? Would you all agree that if you're at the beach, the lake, and the pool, you're also going to be in the sun? Look at this beautiful art right here. All right, and the sun is what? It's hot, okay? The sun is hot. Go figure, eh? So we know that at the beach and the lake, the pool, we're going to be in the sun. And we know that this means people are going to get hot. And when people are out at the pool, the lake, and the beach, what do they do? What do they desire, right? They desire a drink. That's what they desire. They desire a drink. And they desire for that drink to be cold, not gold, but cold. They desire a cold drink, okay? Cold is key word here, right? Now, a drink also, it doesn't necessarily have to be water, which is really good for you though. It also could be an ice cold, you guessed it, an ice cold beer. It also could be some wine, right? Some white wine, red wine, whatever it may be. Now, the problem that, you know, the problem that we're trying to solve here is not how to access water, beer, and or wine. It's how to keep it the right temperature, right? But wait, there's another problem. When you're at the beach, the lake, and the pool, and you want to drink, there is an issue that most people run into, okay? So what is one of the problems aside from keeping it the right temp? The problem is that when you're at the beach, the lake, and the pool, you don't want glass. So a glass bottle would be a no-no at the beach, the lake, and the pool, on the boat, wherever it may be. Glass is a no-no. So, you know, how do you find something that keeps your drink at the right temperature that is not glass? Obviously, glass doesn't keep it at the right temperature, but you probably guessed it right now. The product that we are advertising is called a tumbler. Now, whoops, what's wrong with my hand today? Is a tumbler. All right, this is our hot product, is a tumbler. But what I found is that, man, so many people have tumblers. It's like a hard market to enter into. I mean, the tumbler is like, so many people have what? They have these Yeti tumblers, right? This is our, you know, product winner. So we know a lot of people have Yetis, right? And so why would somebody buy your tumbler that you're selling? Well, for one, people need more than one tumbler, right? So profit points. Profit points. Okay. So some of the profit points that we'll cover here are, number one is people need more than one. So anytime you have a product that people need more than one of, you've got a lot of opportunity, okay? So you got a lot of opportunity when people need more than one. Also, people and their tumblers are very much like people and their t-shirts, because people like things to be personalized. Duh. What's going on with spelling today? People like things to be personalized or relevant to their passion. So they will buy a tumbler and pay extra for it if it says 30A, if they go vacation in 30A in Florida or Alice Beach, or they'll buy something, they'll buy a tumbler because it has a picture of their dog on it or a quote on it. So because it can be passion based, right? You can pretty much model this to any niche. Like, this is my fishing tumbler. This is my best grandma in the world tumbler, so on and so forth, right? But what if you were to pair a niche, right, with an actual drink, a niche plus a drink? What do I mean by that? Well, okay, so a lot of people are very passionate about their alcoholic beverages, right? They're passionate about whatever it is. I don't drink a lot of beer, but brewing their own beer, or that special kind of like dang, I forget the word, but there's extra alcohol in it, beer. They're passionate about their white wine, their red wine, their whiskey, their scotch, right? They're very passionate about the drinks that they consume. So if you take a look here at just the map that we've drawn out, seasonal marketing for the summer, the Tumbler is going to be good because we know that a lot of people are going to be spending their time at the beach, the lake, and the pool, right? We know they're going to be here. And we know that they typically don't want glass at the beach, the lake, and the pool. And we also know that they want something that's going to keep their drink at a desired temperature, something that they can throw in a bag too, that's going to keep their drink from spilling. So we've got hot people that are thirsty, that need something to carry their drink in, be it water, beer, or wine. And we know that they get tumblers, and Yeti has already sold the world a zillion freaking tumblers. But that's also okay, because we know that people need more than one tumbler typically, or will buy more than one tumbler, just like they will more than one glass or one coffee mug. And we know that this can be personalized for niches and drinks. But here's what's even cooler. One thing that I found is that you can get specific types of tumblers. And what I'm going to propose to you tonight is that you look at selling something called a wine tumbler. All right, a wine tumbler. Now, a wine tumbler is obviously hitting a specific niche, but also a specific need, right? People are weird about what they drink alcoholic beverages out of at the same time. So I want to show you something that I personally sell. Okay, so if you come over here to Shopify, one of the apps that we like to use is called T-Launch, and there are other apps. T-Launch is a completely free app you can get off the Shopify app store. And one thing that they sell isn't just tumblers, it's a wine tumblers, okay? And so what's unique about these is that they are designed for a specific niche that can be further niched down. So it's like a stemless wine glass, if you will. So imagine, you're sitting out on the lake, or you're sitting out on the beach and you're watching the sunset, and you have some red wine. Do you want to be drinking it out of a 30-ounce vacuum tumbler? Well, I mean, maybe if you're, trying to consume a lot of alcohol in one sitting, or do you want to drink it out of a nice wine tumbler with your friends? And so you can already kind of see like what's happening here, and that is, we found a niche and a niche specific product that solves a very specific problem. And what's even cooler about this is everybody in the world does not have a wine tumbler. Typically they have one of these 20-ounce vacuum tumblers. So do I recommend selling 20-ounce vacuum tumblers as your hit product? No, because so many people already have them. They will buy more, but this isn't going to hit as hard as some of these other ones, like the boho 20-ounce tumbler. It's a unique shape, so it's different. But the wine tumbler, we know, crushes. And we know that people are very passionate about their wine. So you can sell these. They ship from the US, so they ship super, super fast. And it's a product that people are very passionate about. Now, when you start designing a wine tumbler, all right, these are $13.50 each with $5 shipping. So you're going to be selling these for, obviously, you're going to really need to about double that price. So $29 or so for a customized wine tumbler. And what I love about this is that you can choose so many different colors. People are very specific about their colors. Every tumbler I have is green, right? My color is green, so everything I get is green. You want to have options. But the real question is what do you put on the tumbler? Because you got to put designs on it to personalize it. So I want to show you a couple of things. So number one is the niche that we're going to hit and that we always do hit is the wine niche. And if you come over to Pinterest over here and you just type in wine quotes, what we personally have found is if we take some of these quotes and we put them on wine tumblers like this one right here, because teachers can't live on apples alone, right? You can niche down a niche. What I mean is you just niche down wine drinkers that are also teachers, right? What we'll do is we'll kind of go through these and we'll look for ones that have a lot of activity on them. Tonight's forecast, 99% chance of wine. You know, rosé the day away. I just rescued some wine. It was trapped in a bottle. I mean, there's so many different quotes. Look, I need a hug, which actually is this huge glass of wine. And this is like one of the oldest tricks in the book is go to Pinterest, find some quotes and throw them on a t-shirt. Like that's what in you know, the OG old days, you know, we were doing. But the thing is that it's a battle tested, proven strategy. So here is essentially how we figure out what works. All right, I'm gonna walk you through figuring out what works. So this is a lot of wine quotes, right? And you would be so surprised at how passionate people are about wine. We run a wine fan page ourselves, and it's pretty incredible to figure out. And it's pretty incredible like how much engagement our page gets by just reposting quotes like this. And when we see a quote take off and get a lot of likes or shares, we know it's going to be a smash hit on a wine tumbler. So I'm going to show you two strategies real quick for the wine niche on wine tumblers, and then we're going to talk about who our target market is. So when we're doing research here for a wine tumbler, two things we're going to do. Okay. Number one is we're going to look at Pinterest. Okay. And number two is we're going to look at some Facebook fan pages. And number three is we're going to look at some Instagram accounts that are making posts. Now, Pinterest, we want to be very specific. So with Pinterest, our research is going to be more specific. Come on, dude. My hands are tired from today. Okay. So we want to be very specific on Pinterest. And what I mean is on Pinterest by very specific, we want to search for wine tumblers specifically. Now for marketing, so for marketing this product, we are going to, number one, obviously use Facebook ads. And number two, we're going to use what's called meme IG shoutouts. If you've never done a shout out before, don't worry. I'm going to show you how it's done tonight. Okay, so we've got research and we have the actual marketing that we're gonna put into play, all right? So first off, before I show you the trick on Pinterest, which is an easy trick, let's talk about the fan pages and Instagram accounts. You wanna know which quotes are working and what are some really good quotes that maybe you see on Pinterest. It's quite simple. First off, you can go over here to, first off, you come over here to Facebook. All right, so let's do that real fast. Let's jump over to Facebook. And you can just simply in the top left-hand corner of Facebook, you could type in wine and you can look for different Facebook groups about wine. Join one or two of the bigger groups and you're gonna see some interesting things. So there's some wine Facebook groups here, 4,900 members, 13,000 members, 7,000 members that has 40 posts a day in it, 11,000 members, right? So there's so many wine Facebook groups. So this shows us from a marketing perspective that there's plenty of opportunity here to market. So this is one way to look at Facebook, is go look at these Facebook groups and join a couple of them and see like what's inside these groups, what are people saying. But the other thing that you do is over on the left-hand side where it says pages, you can also look at some wine fan pages. So this one, 696,000 people. This one, 45,000 people right here. And so as you start looking at pages here, you're going to see different pages that have 742,000 people, like Mommy Drinks Wine and Swears. I mean, how crazy is that, right? And if you click on some of these pages, you'll be able to see essentially what they're posting. You'll be able to see like what memes go viral. You can follow a couple of them, and I would follow like the bigger ones, you know, and I would definitely look wine memes right here. So you could follow wine memes, and you can look at all the different memes that they have on this page and see like if they got a bunch of likes. Like these are old. It looks like this page has kind of been abandoned. And yeah, you can go through and you've got an endless supply of market research here. Now, the other thing that we can do aside from groups and fan pages is we can jump over to Instagram. Now on Instagram, all you have to do over here on Insta is type in wine, okay? So let me just start over here. And it's gonna pull up a boatload of wine pages. And if you take a look at like the first one, Wine Ideas, Wine Spectator, Rare Wine, Wine, there's just the Wine Country. You'll start, as you go through these, you will find some wine meme pages. And a meme is like, you know, a quote for those of you that don't know. And so like this page right here, they're all about posting, it looks like, you know, more like lifestyle type wine photos, wine cellars. So this isn't going to be really much help for us in terms of market research. Now, if I were to type in wine meme, right, it's going to bring us up a boatload of pages that are about wine memes. We also can search for the hashtag wine meme, which has 24,000 posts. So let's just look at the hashtag, see what comes up. All right, when we type in the hashtag, we're going to see an immense amount of funny wine quotes come up with images and whatnot. And essentially what we're looking for here are quotes that, you know, that have a lot of likes and shares. Like whatever this is, no venophobia. Okay, no venophobia, the fear of running out of wine. So how do we know that this one might be good or might not be good? Well, what we would do is we would click on this and it would give us an idea of how many likes it has or how many comments it has. People will actually tell you what they want. And so this would be searching a hashtag, right? Looks like this is kind of playing off of the Friends reunion here. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year wines. So I think that's a pretty small, funny little play. And so, you know, at this point, it's just going to Fiverr and getting a quick little graphic designer to throw together a quote that looks, you know, that looks good. And I'm going to show you what looks good here very shortly. Now, if we were just to come up here and type in wine meme, and look at like a wine meme page, this one's got 1,000 followers, so not a ton of followers here. Let's do like wine memes. There's just so many different ones. You would need to click on some of these and kind of see like which ones have a lot of followers. Some won't have a lot, some will, and they will get engagements. Now, I actually ran this exact graphic before, wine aerobics and repeat. And it's kind of, people love this stuff. I think it's kind of dumb, but like, it looks like, you know, someone doing aerobics here, but it's really opening a wine cork. So yeah, I mean, Instagram and Facebook will essentially do the market research for you, and then you can jump over to Fiverr and you can have somebody go recreate the quote, you know, in a unique form, if you will. And like, we could type in wine quote right here. And let's see, wine quote, 25,000 wine quotes. There's just a big page here with a bunch of wine quotes. So yeah, you would do a little bit of research here, and it's not, listen, you're not gonna find the best thing in the world right out of the gate. You're just not. You're going to have to dig. How many of you in here are okay digging a little bit? Because you will eventually find gold. And the cool thing is a lot of pages already exist that are doing the work for you. They're literally doing the work for you. Legitimately, they are doing everything for you by posting these quotes, getting reactions, and now you know what works. Now, that's how you would go in and do your product research. Now, the last bit of product research I'm going to show you actually will take place on Pinterest. Now, with Pinterest, instead of typing in wine quotes, what you would really need to do over here is type in wine Tumbler, okay? And this is going to show you a bunch of stuff that's already working, a lot of which is actually already generating sales. So do you want to know what looks good? Do you want to know what people are buying? How simple it really is? Pinterest has an immense amount of done for you designs that you can mimic, like this over here. This is actually a brilliant idea if you think about it, because this right here is something that you can target toward you know, people that are engaged for bridal gifts, or best friends. It's kind of like, it's going to get people to buy more than one. You could do a his and a her, you could do a best friends, partners, whatever, and you can interchange this however you see fit. And it's a brilliant marketing strategy. So you can have a graphic designer do a fade like that. There's this one that says drink, drank, drunk. Now you might be saying, geez, like that is so simple. Yeah, I know it is. You catch my drift? It's literally a mindless way to make money off of wine tumblers, because quarantine 2020, like a lot of quarantine stuff still works. I drink and I know things. I teach, therefore I drink. It's just grape juice, I promise. People love like the little quotes like that. Wine is better around the campfire. You know, there's so many different things that you can do with this. And if you go through Pinterest and you just start doing some research here, you're gonna see like girls' night, wine diva. These are all things that work. And I gotta admit, like I was really surprised because I had my team go do some research for me, and the stuff that looked like this, that's all rhinestoned out and stuff, that's not what sold. What sold for us were the ones that look like this right here, that were super simplistic, that say funny quotes in silver. I'll bring the bad decisions. I may be maybe a bad influence, but I'm fun. Like these are the funny little things that are actually working. I don't give a sip, probably not coffee. And so it would be very easy for you right here, right now, to jump into Pinterest, look at Facebook, look at Instagram, and find a couple of quotes, maybe 10, 15, 20 different quotes. And you could immediately launch them on your own Shopify store with no inventory whatsoever, because it's all print on demand. And remember, the funny wine quotes work the best. WTF, wine time finally. Wine aerobics, I don't give a sip, right? Sips about to go down. People love puns. And you can launch as many of these as you want without having to, pay at all. And what's cool about this particular niche is that people that come to your Shopify store, they're going to scroll through all of the wine tumblers and find different quotes that they like. So whenever you're marketing one, if you get a click on it, maybe the person doesn't love that quote, but you link to your collection underneath that, and people are going to shop the other quotes and the other, designs that you have, right? So I have more to show you in terms of getting influencers to do shout outs for you and whatnot, but I do want to go back to our notepad real quick. Okay. So for marketing, you're going to be using Facebook ads and meme IG shout outs. But in order to do these two things, you're also going to need a wine Facebook page. So you're going to want to create a Facebook fan page for wine lovers. So you can build a niche Facebook fan page, and you're probably going to want a wine IG account. And you could literally just have a virtual assistant or even yourself post your different wine products on there, whatever. All are going to link to your Shopify store. So this is going to be your Shopify store, and it's going to be your wine collection. Okay. And you're going to have products 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's really what you're going to want to link to. You're not necessarily going to link to a specific product. Rather, you would link to the collection, because people are going to buy, most likely, more than one, right? Because people typically buy 2 of these or 3 of these, are buying for their friends, they're buying as gifts, they're buying to have extras, so on and so forth. So this is a product that can, in fact, get high average order values for you, because it is a higher ticket item. Well, it's not really high ticket, but higher than free plus shipping, and it's something people want multiples of. And also, as a byproduct of your marketing, you end up building a nice wine Instagram account and a nice wine Facebook page, right? And so now you have a niche Facebook fan page for wine lovers that could grow up to tens of thousands of dedicated followers. And same thing with Instagram. And these could be automated content. So you can automate content. If you're asking what kind of content, it's memes, right? Other people's content with virtual assistants, VAs. All right, so virtual assistants will do this work for you. They will regurgitate other people's content and post it for you, and of course, credit the owner of the content. They just share the content, right? And that's how you continue to grow your following. So really what we're doing here is we're building out a segment of our business, right? We're building out a leg, if you will, and a niche for wine. And wine tumblers right now are going to be the big hit. How do you break into the wine niche? Well, you sell wine tumblers, because they're like the most desirable product right now for people that drink wine. And I know this again because I sell wine tumblers. I only teach y'all how to do things I actually do, right? Now, of course, we're going to run Facebook ads. So who is our target market for Facebook ads going to be? From my experience, okay, there are two ways that we do targeting. Okay, number one is women that are 35 plus in age and above. All right, so women that are 35 plus age and above, typically for us, are the most responsive and highest converting to the wine stuff. Now, that's not to say that if you're 30 or you're 28 or 25, you're not going to be interested in wine. For example, I personally, I enjoy a nice glass of red wine with my steak. And my wife loves red wine, and has for quite some time. But it's not about, and think about marketing like this. It's not about, oh well, that's silly because I think that I know other people that are different in different age groups that love wine, and they're men and women. They're 25, they're 23, right? You can't think like that. Remember, when I'm giving you data, it's not what I think, it's what the numbers tell me, right? So after spending an immense amount of money, the numbers that I'm seeing have shown and indicated that 35 plus year old women are going to convert the best. Now, does that mean that that's right forever? Heck no, it most certainly does not. What it means though is that when you start advertising this out of the gate, where your profit margin is going to be, super important, then you're going to want to start with targeting that historically is the highest converting segment of targeting, right? And number two, if you want to take it broad a different way, or you want to really put these two things together, which is what I would recommend, you would want to layer it with some precise targeting here. Keywords like wine, country, keywords like wine lover, so on and so forth, right? And if you pair these two together, right, then you really narrow down your targeting when you do precise keywords and 35 plus, but you're going to get a really, 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 really passionate segment. And on the same token, if you see that this dials in, and once you find a product that's working, right, with this particular targeting right here, all right, now you open up the floodgates. Now you're targeting 20 plus year old women. Now you're targeting 35 plus year old men, and then to 20-year old men, because 35 plus range typically converts better. So that being said, this isn't the end all right here, okay? This is definitely not the end all, but it's the beginning, because it's what converts the best according to the data I personally have seen. Now remember, I am not the only person in the world that markets this, and I am not, by no means am I saying that my way is the only way, but I only can show you what I actually do, because that's the right thing, right? I don't want to make things up that I'm not certain of. I am certain that this right here has worked for me. So you want to start with this targeting, right? And figure out what design, what quote is actually hitting, because when you're sending people to your store and you got a couple of different wine tumblers on there and a couple of quotes on there, you want to figure out what's hitting. Once you figure out what's hitting, then you can start opening the floodgates and broadening the age group. Target men, right? As well. And then you might find that you're able to scale. That's how you might take something from a couple $100 a day to $500 a day to $1,000 a day and beyond. You start precise, and then you broaden things by scaling them to audiences outside of like the bullseye target demographic. Now, on the same token, you could do this with another Tumbler with beer quotes, with whiskey quotes. You don't have to go red wine, rosé, white wine, red wine, Pinot, so on and so forth, right? So, again, this is how you would target it on Facebook. But if you would like to target for next to nothing, right, without having to write ads or anything like that, there's something else that you could very easily do, okay? So let's jump back over to Instagram, And you know how I told you, you could come up here and you could type in wine, right? And all of these different wine pages come up: Wine Spectator, Food and Wine, Rare Wine, Wine Enthusiast, Wineworks, Wine, Estelle Wine, 50 Fit Vine Wine. There's just, look at all of this. There's so many pages that you can find relevant to wine. You want to find ones that have, you know, 10,000 plus followers or so. And if you look at their bio, it says your daily dose of wine inspiration, a page dedicated to wine lovers. That's a good hashtag to research. DM us for promotions. Okay. So they also have their own Amazon store of wine ideas. So you could kind of see like what they are selling on their own Amazon store. And this can give you a good idea. Look at what they're selling. They're selling wine racks. You're not going to really make a bunch of money selling wine racks on Facebook ads, right? You need a simple entry to your store, right, to acquire a customer, which is going to be like something like the wine tumblers. But this will give you some really good ideas as well. But let's be honest, if they were making a bunch of money selling stuff on their Amazon store, would they really want you to DM them for promotions? Why would they want to promote someone else's stuff if their Amazon store was crushing it? You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. But what we found is that you could DM a lot of these smaller micro influence page or micro meme pages and get them to promote you for next to nothing, like literally 25 bucks, 50 bucks, you know, and that's what they do. And you can negotiate, maybe I'll do a training on this in the future, but you can negotiate a story post, in a newsfeed post, and for them to change their link in the bio. And essentially you would have them post something like, so-and-so, whatever your store name is just got these customized wine tumblers on sale, 25% off today, 4th of July promotion, right? Independence Day promotion, whatever. And they'll make a post. Now, y'all, do you just go to Wine Ideas and do that? They're going to get engagement. You're probably going to get a couple of sales from it. But if you want to do it big, and we'll go more into this in the future, you have to be omnipresent, right? So the idea is to really be everywhere and go big on this. You don't just find one or two pages and have them post unless they're really big pages. What you would do is you would find like 10 of these 10 pages like this, and you would negotiate with them a promotion that happens on the same day. So you would go back and you would maybe search for hashtag wine lovers and find some other wine pages, some other meme pages, whatever. Try to have 5 or 10 different pages that are all about wine, right? And get them all to do a promotion, same time, same day, and now you get an influx of traffic. You're in a lot of places all at one time, and people are seeing you multiple times, and you're getting multiple touch points on the same potential prospect, and therefore a higher likelihood of generating a sale. So y'all, it's not just about with cool products that are cheap like this. It's not just about marketing on Facebook, right? It's not just about writing an ad and targeting an age group and some keywords. It's also going to be coming over to Instagram and finding these accounts that are micro influence accounts that have 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 10,000 followers, and then reaching out to them. And a lot of them will say, DM us, reach out to us. And you would just reach out to them and say, hey, I have this wine tumbler collection. I think your audience would love it. How much is a promotion? We would like to get a story and a newsfeed post with the link in the bio. And you give them a discount code. So you would create a discount code for them so they can offer a discount to their followers, and they make a post. You schedule it, right? A lot of these people do it for $15, $10. It's not expensive. Does it look like this page is just getting a boatload of people promoting stuff? No, they're not. So, for them, they want to be seen promoting a lot of products because that's going to reel in more future clients for them. But when you find ones like this that don't seem to have a lot of active promotions, you can get them like super, super cheap. And they have 50,000 followers. So there is a big, big, big opportunity here for you, not to make millions, but to get, to launch, to get sales, and to be everywhere on Instagram while you're marketing on Facebook. And guess what else? If you do a bunch of micro meme page promotions and you get a bunch of clicks, if you have Facebook ads running, they're going to start getting retargeted by your Facebook ads. They're going, oh, while they're on Facebook or they're scrolling through Instagram, they'll get hit with the retargeting ad. And so now they're in your pixel, they're in your funnel. So there's so many things that you could do with this. And, essentially for the summertime, this is a product that we always focus on, that we always launch. Doesn't matter what the niche is. Y'all know I'm big in the dog niche. So I put quotes on like, I love to, all I want to do is pet my pit bull and drink wine. All I want to do is pet my Yorkie and drink wine. The dumbest quotes work. WTF, wine time finally. Dumb stuff, just ridiculously simple stuff works, and you can see it working. So do your research on Instagram, do your research on Pinterest, and the app that we use to launch these is called T-Launch. Now, Pillow Profits does have tumblers, but last time I checked, because I've always originally sold them with the T-Launch, but I know that they recently got tumblers, but I don't believe it's wine tumblers. Yeah, they just have like the regular vacuum tumblers. And the next piece of this puzzle, y'all, goes back to what I showed you last night, or not last night, I'm sorry, last week, and that is building an automated email marketing funnel. When somebody comes in that buys a wine tumbler, interested in wine, now you're going to start email marketing to them all sorts of print-on-demand products that have to do with wine. Or you're coming over to Zendrop over here, and maybe you're not doing all print-on-demand, but you come over here to Zendrop and you type in wine, and you find some really great products that you can automate the shipping and the wine niche. Why? Because now you have a Facebook fan page of people following you, an Instagram page of people following you. You've got an email list of people interested in wine. You got a Facebook targeting pixel of people interested in wine. And now you can literally build out that automated funnel that I showed y'all last week of just an endless supply of wine products that you can start email marketing to generate passive income for you, automated sales with zero Facebook ads. And you can rinse and repeat this for other products. But I think one that y'all are really going to like is jumping over to these wine pages, DMing them for promotions, and getting these $10, $25, it depends on the page, could be $75. If it's a bigger page, $125 for shout outs. Meme pages aren't typically expensive. It's like the brands that are expensive, like real influencers. Those are going to be, costly if you're getting big influencers. But there could even be people that have YouTube channels and stuff and Instagram pages that just have big wine followings, that are real people that blog about wine. Find them. So, this is a great way to make money during the summer. It's the #1 product pick for the summer because it solves a problem. It essentially, taps into a very passionate niche, and I think that you are going to absolutely love it once you get started with it. And even on Instagram, you legitimately could just type in wine tumbler on Instagram, and you can look at all of the different products that people are selling or posting that they love for wine tumblers. So, the answer is directly in front of your face. The question is are you going to look at it? And then are you going to execute with the information that you consume? Because vision without execution, y'all, is nothing more than an hallucination. So if you have the vision, which you now have the vision, you even have the tools, but you don't use them to execute, this is all for nothing. So go get started. Now, Hope that y'all enjoyed this. Excuse me. I'm exhausted from all that's going on as we're kind of moving into this new house in Alice Beach, but I wanted to put together a great webinar for you. We do in fact have a coaching program that we're releasing where we do done for you stores. I didn't expect to be in Alice moving this week, so again, I have to postpone that. But next week, stay tuned because we're probably going to be giving away in the next 1 or 2 weeks a free done for you Shopify store build. And that's valued at a very, very high rate. And also, we will be taking some applications for our one-on-one coaching program and done for you or done with you a Shopify store build. For those of you that have been flooding my DMs and flooding our support desk for it, I have to postpone the launch of that a week because I'm out of town and I want to keep my eye on it because there's only so many people we can take into it. Those of you that are already in it, they're part of the beta test that we've been doing. If you already are working directly with someone, you're good. But I have so many students that aren't, and you're going to have the opportunity to do that soon enough. I know it's what a lot of you want and a lot of you need, but we can, again, only take so many people to give you the best service possible, work as closely with you as possible. So what we'll do is once every 2 weeks or so, as we kind of free up our coaches and whatnot, we'll take a couple more apps on these webinars if that's something you're interested in, which I can see just from looking at all of the comments that I've been getting, it definitely is. But for now, go open up your Shopify store if you haven't, shopify.com/Adrian Morrison, Adrian. That's how you spell my name. And that'll tag you to me. That's my partner link with Shopify. Follow me on social media and go launch these wine tumblers. Look, even if you don't want to go through the troubles of the design, y'all, if you don't even want to do that, right? You don't want to go do like mimic what's already there without any thinking whatsoever necessary, then you can always come over to Pillow Profits. Now you're not going to find the wine tumblers there, but you can go to Pillow Profits design catalog and you could type in wine and find an immense amount of wine products that you could probably immediately publish to your store. But you also could just come over here and just find tumblers, and they'll have done for you tumblers ready to go. They're not gonna be wine tumblers though, so that's the downside. But at least you can market tumblers, which are really big during the summertime. So that said, go check it out, right? And this is a niche that we know crushes. You see, how many times do you see somebody holding a Yeti? This is a big product to be selling, and you can personalize it now, which people love. So go do it. That said, I will be announcing the $100 cash prize winner in our Facebook group. So go there. I'm probably not going to be able to go live just simply due to internet connection out here in Alice, but we will announce a winner in the group. I'll probably just manually post it through text. So go to the group because I'm going to be announcing a $100 winner. And remember, be here next week, same place, same time at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you like tonight's training, let me know in the group if you like tonight's training. I mean, I literally told you the audience to target. I showed you products that you can mimic. I showed you exactly the strategy of creating the fan page, Instagram page, adding multiples to your collection, going to Pinterest and finding products, going to Facebook Instagram pages to get shout outs. I mean, it's a very simple process. You could have this done in less than a day and be off to the races. I bet a lot of you will get sales. I mean, it's just one of the hottest things for the summertime in a very hot niche. So go do it. I love you all. Hope that you enjoyed this again. Hope you learned a lot. If it was your first webinar, I hope that you enjoyed the webinar in itself and that it's good enough to make you want to come back next week and get free training, free education from me personally every single week. So also, you know what? Remember, even if you don't believe in yourself, me, my group, the Profit Power Hour community, we believe in you. We know that you could do it. And we're here to support you. We're here to motivate you, inspire you, welcome you with open arms. And anybody that's kicking you while you're down and saying that you can't do it, man, if I had a nickel every time I saw someone that was told they can't do something come back and crush it, I'd have a nice little savings. I've seen so many people that never thought they could do it or had friends and family tell them that it wasn't possible come back and do it. No, they're not all millionaires, right? But they're doing big things, they're making big moves, and they are bettering their lives. And you got to start at step one. And here's the thing is you don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to start in order to become great. I'll leave you with that. Go to the Facebook group, we'll announce the winner again. Much love. I hope that you all are in good health, and I will see you next week at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Profit Power Hour. We're going to be giving away a done-for-you-built Shopify store in the next 2 weeks, so make sure you show up to the webinars. And again, we will be releasing and opening up a couple of applications for our done-for-you store build program with a coach, which is freaking awesome. All right, that's it. Good night, y'all.